Hi, so I'm here to present decorative arts and crafts. The decorative arts and crafts of the contemporary times stem from the traditional indigenous crafts found throughout the country. Some of you may wonder why these traditional and indigenous products and processes are included in the discussion. Well, as defined earlier, contemporary arts are artworks produced in the present. Many respected Filipino artists of today express their art through these indigenous products. Undoubtedly, these decorative art and craft are part of our artistic history and traditions, and these artworks are an important source of inspiration to the present and future Filipino artists. As said in the book, it is important to discuss these to be aware of this type of traditional art. Some examples of contemporary decorative arts are pottery, carving, weaving, and metalworks. So what is pottery? Well, pottery is the art and craft of making pots and other wares using clay or mud. They made everyday items such as food containers, water vessels, and some are created for formal and ritualistic purposes as burial jars or figurative mementos. In Vigan, Ilocos Sur, the pottery tradition is still alive with their high-temperature pottery called Brunei. It is used as a container for a variety of things like water, salt, wine, and many more. These earthenware are heated in the giant kilns that occupy an area as big as half of a city block. In contemporary times, studio pottery is quite popular. Studio pottery is a handmade, one-of-a-kind ceramic that is sought after by collectors. It comes in many forms, such as functional items like cookware and tableware. A notable artist of studio pottery is Ugo Bigyan of Tiaong, Quezon. His studio in Quezon is a popular tourist attraction to those who visit the province. His work of pottery and art pieces are recognized here and abroad. Well, so much for abroad and blah blah blah. So moving on to the next. So next is carving. Carving is the art of manipulating and creating objects by subtracting and shaping the solid materials such as wood and stone. Filipino are excellent carvers. This is perhaps due to our long history with the art. Many traditional arts and crafts in the country are products of carving. The Ifugao rice god or the bulul is represented through carved wood and is used as a decorative element throughout their daily wears. The Muslims of Western Mindanao carve geometric patterns and styled images of plants and animals called okira. Popular decorative motifs are the sarimanok and the naga. They are used as decorations in their houses, boats, instruments, containers, weapons, and utensils. So that's all. Thank you for listening. Chat lang. So next is weaving. Many of the woven products, such as the blankets, called binakol and pinilian, are brought to Manila and abroad and sold as handicrafts. In the mountain provinces, the ikat process is being revived. The ikat process is a dyeing process that involves resist dyeing and dyeing to achieve a desired pattern, after which the fibers are then woven. Another weaving decorative art is mats. These traditional floor coverings, typically made of pandan, swamp grass, bamboo, and palm leaf, provide cool relief from the country's humid environment. So next is metalwork. Metalwork is the art of creating and manipulating metal to create various items such as jewelry, weapons, and many more. Based on the archaeological records and recovered artifacts, the Filipinos were skilled metal workers. Many amazing jewelries and ornaments discovered from different cities prove the early Filipinos' talents. Perhaps the most remarkable of the find is the collection of pre-colonial gold jewelry that consists of ornaments, earrings, necklace, and gold woven belts and sashes. Although many have been lost, the remaining ones displayed at the Ayala Museum in Makati City show the mastery and technical skill of the early Filipino metalsmiths. The Maranaos from Tugaya, Lanao del Sur, are the largest manufacturer of brassware in the Philippines. One of the most popular products is Digador, or decorated brass urns made using the lost wax process. It is good that many of our traditional decorative arts and crafts are still made today. Demands from local and foreign patrons have kept it alive. But continuous efforts and patronage have to be made to make sure these ethnic traditions survive for future generations to experience it and appreciate. And now I'm done discussing the different types of decorative arts and crafts. Finally. And now we're going to move on to the contemporary art forms. So many contemporary art forms cannot be easily classified and categorized following the traditional definition. Some contemporary art forms blur the distinction between disciplines and genre. Some are products of the new technological advancement and cannot be categorized using the outdated definition. So there are 4 types of contemporary art forms. First one is collage, assemblage, mobile, performance, art, and installation. Collage. Collage is the method of combining printed images with other flat media and pasting them on a canvas or board. This contemporary art method first came about in the early 90s as part of the experimentation of the Cubist Picasso and Braque. Collages create a great variety of texture and color not found in traditional painting. Contemporary artist Dina Gadia, born in Anda, Pangasinan, uses collage to highlight focal interest while creating new results, as well as Jonathan Benitez, a Palawan-based painter and collage artist born in Iligan City, Mindanao. He incorporates collage as a discourse on consumerist aims of advertising and environmental awareness. So next is assemblage. It is a term used by French artist Jean Dubuffet in 1952 to describe a series of artwork made from paper collage, wood scraps, and other found objects. Among the pioneers in assemblage art in the Philippines is Lau Lian Ben. He was born in Manila on April 21, 1948. He used indigenous found materials for his artwork in the 1960s. He placed twigs and small branches on the top of carved wooden panels as commentary on forest devastation. Another assemblage artist is Roberto Fello. His art was called Sapin Sapin, and it shows a combination of different kinds of pieces, both found and made, that portray traditions and many kinds of things. Next type of contemporary art is mobile. Mobile is a sculptural work that is suspended from the ceiling or a protruding base. It is typically made with a number of balancing rods dangling in different lengths carrying one or more elements. This was pioneered by an American artist, Alexander Calder. The mobile is an example of a kinetic sculpture since it is moving due to its interaction with the wind. Contemporary artists who have created mobiles include bronze sculpture and designer Eduardo Castrillo and premier glass sculptor Ramon Orlina. So after mobile, next one is performance art. Performance art is a mix of visual arts and performing arts, and yun. So I know all of you might know this, and siguro alam niyo rin siguro to, kaya I will not explain it any further. So let's move on to the next. So the next one is installation. It is a form of contemporary art that involves the arrangement of objects in a given space. Installation art is intentionally designed to be experienced as a temporary work of art. It incorporates different materials that may include traditional sculptural materials such as wood, metal, and different objects, as well as technology-based media such as light, sound, videos, and digital media, among many others. It can be designed to be very simple or very complex. Installation art often takes into consideration the viewers of the art and allows them to move around the work and immerse themselves within the art, making the audience and their reaction part of the artwork. And that's the end of our discussion. I hope you learned something, and thank you for listening.